G'day guys, welcome to the channel. Okay, today I am using up these two panels that I had left over from last week when I did a layout. Now, they already had the tea dye oxide ink on them, so that's why I sort of went with the tea dye, okay? And I wanted to bring in some blue, so I'm using some chipped sapphire, and I'm literally running with this. I don't really know where I'm heading with this. I'm just giving it a bit of a go and seeing if it's something that I like. It does take me a little bit to get it to where I am happy with it, because it's sort of, for me, because it's such a it's a horizontal layout, but because it's very square, very rectangle, very blocky. I was struggling because the square in the bottom right and the top left corner, because they are not square, which is just the nature of the beast, I was struggling a bit. It was throwing me off, and I'll be honest with you, this was actually my fourth layout of the day, and sorry guys, my cough is gone, but it's decided to rear its ugly head now because I'm sitting in a hot room, I think. I'll have a mouthful of my water. Okay, that should be better. Now, I am sort of toying with a couple of different ideas. I did pull these stamps out thinking I was going to give those a crack, but then I remembered I still had this flourish. These flourishes, these wood flourishes, I'm going to use them in the next week or so. I'm going to be using these, but I'm using up this week. I'm using what is on my desk, bits that are left over, things that are maybe older supplies, and to see where I would prefer to sort of take, get inspiration from. These two rectangles, they were just sitting on the desk, so I had to use them. They've got to be used up. They were put through my die cut machine through it's actually a Poppy Crafts embossing folder. I only said die cut then. I don't know what I'm on about. And yeah, so I wanted to do that, and I wanted to use those up, so that's why I brought in the blue to sort of tie in with Taylor's shirt in the photo. And it's okay. Stick with the process. This is one of those trust the process moments. It doesn't turn out, I actually really like it in the end, but it sort of was one of those layouts that took a few twists and turns, but then turned out fine in the end. Now, what I'm doing here is I've actually got my K.I.S.S pigment ink. It's called Pigment Ink Strong Coverage Water Pen. Waterproof. It's pigment ink, of course it's waterproof. And yeah, so I'm using that on top of a wood flourish from K.I.S.S, which came in a 2-pack. So there was a word love and there was a word cherish, and that's what the pack's actually called, and it was only $2, and it was just that I was in there and I thought, yeah, I'll grab it, why not, I'll use it somewhere, and boom bada bing, I've actually used it and not put it in the deep dark corner that we all have, where we buy things that we think we're going to use and then we never do. Well, this year is going to be different. I'm going to get you pulling out those older supplies and creating something with them, because when we bought them, we loved them. There was a reason why we bought them. There was a reason why they caught our attention. There you go. I added a tiny bit of black soot distress oxide to the very edge, and I think that sort of helped bring it together a little bit more. And then this is a technique that I'm not sure I like it yet. I'm not confident doing it yet, but I'm actually running the pen along the very edge of the cardstock. This is probably not what you're supposed to do with a paint pen, okay? I can tell you right now, I probably wouldn't do this with one of my Posca paint pens, but the K.I.S. ones have got a much bigger bullet nib on them, and they're solid, but they're wider, so it's a little bit more, I'm a bit more confident to do it. Now, the ink that I have just put onto or the black paint, it's actually black pigment ink, that I've just put onto my Dina Wakley media stamping platform that I love to use for paints and mediums. Honestly, this is the best bit of plastic I've ever bought. And I love it. So I'm using my scoring tool. I'm lost for words today, guys. My words are escaping me. It's driving me crackers. So I'm using that and just adding some dots. I put some black ones on there in varying sizes, put some gold ones on there in varying sizes, and I thought, you know what, I really like that. But in true Karen fashion, the dots, I needed something over how messy that corner looked. It needed something. And it was as I was doing this that I realized, you know what? I haven't used any of, I did that and I hated it. So then I quickly took that back off and then went back over with the white pigment ink. See, I leave it all in here for you guys. Nothing that I create works perfectly first time, every time. It doesn't do that. Even if I have done it a half a dozen times, still doesn't always work. Now, I am going to mention while I'm doing these lines, that just doing some straight lines to draw some attention to the other corner, the opposite corner to where all the inking is done. That helped. I think my white space was a bit too much. I think that's what I was really struggling with. And can anyone else notice that it's got a very storm-like structure to the way I was actually watching tornadoes on YouTube while I was doing this, and it's just dawned on me watching it back now. This has got a very tornado direction, colors and funneling, and it's just, yeah, inspiration hit me there and then, obviously. Now, I find it fascinating, honestly. If I have anyone watching my channel from Nebraska, Oklahoma, Arkansas, wow, you guys must have nerves of steel, because I swear to God, whew, I've been going down a rabbit hole and I've been watching a heap of YouTube stuff, and oh my goodness, my heart just sinks every time I see it. I just, I don't know why I watch it, because it gives me anxiety. Honestly. Apologies if you can hear the motorbike in the background. And yeah, so that's what I've been watching, and I've been going down a bit of a rabbit hole. So that's what I was watching the day that I actually did this. Now, all of that being said, I have pulled out, is everybody very, very proud of me, my Pinkfresh Studio bling. What do they call it? They call it Pinkfresh Studio glitter drops, and these are the gold glitter drops. I'm going to preface this by saying I love all my bling drops, but I love the Pinkfresh Studio bling drops the most. These, I swear to God, I'm hoarding them. I really am hoarding them, because I just love them. They are so shiny and so sparkly, and when you put them down, they just bling like no other bling. They actually, the amount of glitter and the shine that comes from them, it's like when you see a brand new bride walking down the aisle and you just think she could probably not get one more bit of bling on her dress. That's what these things are like. It's blinding. They are so gorgeous. Absolutely love them. If you've never bought yourself some, and you've got, here in Australia, they average about $8.50, $9. Get yourself one packet. Honestly, you will just love them. Love them to death. They are so good. And they come in 3 or 4 different sizes in the pack, in the one pack. So it's really, really good. My glue was having a moment, hence why it was on my finger. And it just kept running out of the tip of my... I know what it is. It's because there's like nearly none left in that bottle. And it's sort of, it heats up and it comes out. I don't know. Anyway, but I digress. So I'm adding some bling onto my little decorative bits on the side because I couldn't leave well alone. And I'm loving how it turns out. I absolutely love it. Now, I do want to say, guys, if you have not subscribed to my channel, I would love to have you jump on board. I post 6 new videos every single week. This week, we are focusing on pulling things out of our little collections that we've been collecting for years and pulling things out that we liked, but they've just been gathering dust. So that's what we're focusing on this week while we get the kids back to school and all the rest of it. So, I usually, 99% of the time, at least twice a week, show you something new. Or show you something that you probably haven't seen in a very, very long time. Check out those gold bits of bling, would you? They are gorgeous. Don't forget, like, subscribe. Facebook group is in the description below. Click on that. It'll take you straight through to the Facebook group where you can share your work with me. You can ask questions. You can do anything you like from there other than sell your product. So, thank you so much for watching. I will be back with another video for you tomorrow. And don't forget, the Buy Me a Coffee link is there if you would like to support the channel. Thanks so much, guys. Chat to you soon. Bye for now.